Hello, my name is Lauren Faucett, and I'm going to show you a screencast of basically a few of the steps that my students will be going through to complete this lesson. We will be using www.timetoast.com to make a timeline. Now, my students, we do have a class email account that we use to create accounts on various Web 2.0 tools such as this, so that they don't have to create their own account or use parents' email address. So that would be my suggestion to you when trying to use this with your classroom if you haven't already. So after learning about the American Revolution, we're going to be concluding with a culminating project, and using TimeToast, students will use what they've learned to create an American Revolution timeline. In groups, these timelines will be created to serve as a type of web quest to be published and actually completed or explored by another fourth grade class that has not yet completed this unit. This timeline will include all of the events that shaped the revolutionary movement in America, including the French and Indian War, British imperial policy that led to the 1765 Stamp Act, the Boston Tea Party, etc. The timeline should also include the major events and battles on the American Revolution, including the battles of Lexington and Concord, Yorktown, etc. Describing these events, students will also include key individuals in the American Revolution, with emphasis on King George III, George Washington, Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Benedict Arnold, Patrick Henry, and John Adams. Then students will use TimeToast to create this timeline. And what's great about TimeToast is that you can actually, on events, you can click on them, enhance them, you can add photos, you can add pictures, you can add videos, you can add links. So you can put anything you want here in this text box, including links or links to videos or just to another website for students to explore for more in-depth information. And this is how it will become a web quest. For example, this American Revolution timeline here, you can click on the events. It enhances the picture and the information. Students can read about the information. The students that will be completing their web quest will have the list of essential questions that they need to answer, and they'll be able to explore these web quests and find the answers to them. This will also help my students because they're actually going to be putting it in chronological order, and it should help to make it more meaningful and help them to understand it a little bit better with these visuals and actually putting it in order in that way. Let's see. My students will be creating these in the computer lab in groups, like I said, and they'll be able to choose how they want to construct their timeline and enhance it with links, pictures, videos, etc. Project groups will be selected by me, and they'll include a variety of students with different abilities in each group. Built into this project, there's ample opportunities for extension and enrichment. Students are able to take each topic into as much detail as they'd like and add on other important events during the American Revolution that I may have not required. For this particular class and assignment, there's no real assistive technologies needed. That would have to be something that would depend on the class that you're using this activity with. But there's not much else that I can show on the screencast. Maybe I could show you how they would be assessed. They would be assessed formatively once they've completed a rough draft, I like to call it, of their timeline, or maybe they've written on a piece of paper or actually started this timeline and put it in order of the events in the correct order and include all the information I'd like them to include. And then they can go on and enhance their timeline with the pictures, videos, that sort of thing. So then I will assess them with a summative assessment using this rubric. They'll be assessed on completion if it was completed within the given time frame, chronological order if the content is organized and in the correct order using correct dates of events, that all requirements are met. Product includes all content requirements of significant information, events, and people of the American Revolution. That it's creative and the presentation runs fluidly. That they use text, links, pictures, and or videos to enhance the content of their timeline. And that there's a work cited. All resources used have been cited within the presentation, meaning if they use a picture, and my students already know how to use Creative Commons, and if there's a picture that they got off there, they need to note that in the text part of their timeline. And same goes with a video or a website. We've gone into much detail about this not only in my classroom but in the media center and also during guidance. On the back of the rubric, I've listed the content requirements, the questions, the information I want them to include, and people I'd like them to mention and their significance within the American Revolution. I reminded them to use pictures from Flickr's Creative Commons search engine, and also reminded them how to cite their resources. Please let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to email me or comment on this screencast. Thank you very much.